By nature, I'm a perfectionist. I was raised to be a perfectionist, to have everything orderly and done in a way that feels very exacting. That can be very confining. One of the things that imperfection and working in a way that leaves a lot of the end result to chance is that the work gives back to me and hopefully gives back to the viewer. My name is Caroline Burton, and I am a 2021 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. The Afghan process began several years ago. I happened to be at another residency. Residencies are a great place for discovery, and I was looking for a way to create marks that were related to the hand, but not necessarily my own hand, like with a brush. And I found a rug, and I said, let me try painting on this rug and transferring that to canvas. And thus began a lot of experimentation with how to get the paint to the Afghan and get it all to kind of work. Years and years ago, my work was highly colorful, and over time, I've been much more interested in the forms that I'm creating, and to reduce the color palette enabled me to really explore and discover form in every single color that I use. Black, gray, variations of white and gray. There are many colors within that color. So here, for instance, I've been spending a lot of time mixing and mixing reds and greens to make variations on grays and blacks. I grew up in like farm country where there are silos everywhere. And so for me, these harken back to that time in my life as well. The personal, for me, always finds its way into the work, even though I consider these pieces to be very abstract. Another thing that's in a lot of my work is not just the painting and the printing, but I do a lot of sewing. As I'm ripping the canvas to make the pieces, I collect these canvas threads, and often I dye them, and then I sew together the pieces, always by hand. So one of the products that I've used here that I had never used before, I didn't even know it existed, was the gloss glazing liquid, which when applied to the paint gave me more fluid ability and made it easier for me to adhere the paint to the Afghan and then get it onto the canvas. That product also gave me much more working time, which I need because I'm working on these really large Afghans and I don't want the paint to dry before I'm finished applying it.